I'm a professional marathon runner. I ran my fastest time a couple of months ago in Berlin when I ran 2:25, which puts me in the UK top 10 all-time list. But how do pro marathon runners actually spend their days? Well, I can't speak for everyone, but today I'm gonna show you. In a pretty typical day for me, I've got a track workout, an evening run, a gym session, some injury rehab, a whole lot of fueling and refueling and recovering to do in between, and a bunch of work that I do on the side as well. So how about we start from the minute I wake up and I'll show you how it goes with no sugarcoating involved.
Good morning.
Good morning. So it's Friday today, which means it's workout day for me. I've got a threshold session, going to the track because I am fed up of getting muddy on the Middlewood Way. So I'm going to do some threshold reps over at Sport City on the blue track. It's been a while. And I thought today, it's not going to be a day in the life video. It's going to be more than that. This is a realistic, rawfully honest. Is rawfully a word? A rawfully honest, realistic day of what it actually looks like to be a pro runner and what I get up to. Now, obviously, there's a caveat that I'm not just a pro runner. I'm so much more than that. I might have some work to do in the day as well because I am a content creator and a coach as well, but it's a big day. Friday is one of my key days, hence the workout. What else have I got in store in terms of training? This afternoon, I have my double run to do, which I'm gonna go and do on the treadmill because I need to do my gym session and my rehab for my Achilles straight after the double. That's where it makes the most sense for the Achilles niggle that I've got to do it in my schedule on a session day, but after the recovery process from the session has started and is far away from the next session. That made sense in my head. Hopefully it made sense out loud. It's still pretty early, bear with me. As well as taking you through the ins and outs of the day and taking you along with me, later on I'm going to talk a little bit about what's next, what I'm thinking for the races that are on the horizon. 10 degrees feels like 7. It's unseasonably warm, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's the 1st of November. So that to me says shorts and t-shirt. I did say this was going to be rawfully honest. Rawfully. This is real life. This is realistic for me. Anyway, maybe some of you watching have got all of your shit together, but I don't. And this is my office, my warming up room pre-run, my little rug space where I activate before my runs. It's a mess because I got halfway through a clear out and then ran out of time, and I haven't been able to pick up the second half of the clear out yet. So we have clothes that are ready to be donated, clothes that need to be stored away, old merch run stuff that needs sorting out, stuff everywhere. Trying to declutter, it's hard. Special toothpaste. Literally marathon runner's toothpaste. I eat so much sugar. Guess who's an idiot? Just take a wild guess.
You?
How dare you? Yes, me. I have just cleaned my teeth and I haven't taken my collagen yet today, which needs to be taken with orange juice, which is the best thing to drink after cleaning your teeth. Yum, it's so good. But thankfully, thanks to whoever gave me the hack in America, it's not going to be disgusting in terms of like the lumpiness because I just heat this bad boy up and it's much easier to the stomach. Should have had this when I had my breakfast. The recommendation is to have your collagen with a source of vitamin C 2 hours before a loading exercise. That's what the research shows is good for the Achilles. So that could be 2 hours before a run or 2 hours before a gym, but I need to be taking it every day because my Achilles has flared up coming back into training. Not crazy amounts, but it's just something that we are being aware of and rehabbing and staying on top of because we want to get it gone now before I start another marathon vlog. Makes sense. It actually smells like the inside of a cow. I've just found out that I was vastly underdosing, and I've used this before. I've just put like about that much, like a heaped teaspoon, into my glass. It says here, because I've got rid of the scoop, serving size 20 grams, approximately 4 tablespoons to be dissolved in 200 ml of liquid. Damn. Oh, that's gonna be horrible. Well, first time for everything. Probably shouldn't be having like 4 times the amount I've ever had before in the morning of a session. No, I need to find out what it's like. Be a professional athlete, they said. It'll be fun. Said no one. Just kidding. It's worse jobs to do, isn't there? Why do I always smell it? Like, the only outcome of that is that it's gonna be worse. It's never gonna be, oh, actually, that smells really good. Cheers. We were gonna leave, but then I got distracted. You wanna come to the track? What have you just been drinking? It smells disgusting. Urgent announcement. Now you may or may not be aware that earlier this year we released the PB Run Club merch in the form of the Love the Grind singlets and the Love the Grind running tees. Beautifully modelled here by my partner in crime, the editor of these videos, the guy that you so love, Daniel. Wow, look at those guns. Work it, baby. Okay, that's enough of that. And those of you that got your hands on the PB Run Club merch were pretty fast. Not only in running your races in them when you got your hands on them, but you sold them out in less than 48 hours. So they're finally back. We have got them back in stock. And whilst we really wanted to bring you some new designs before the holiday season, we have been a bit busy. So back in stock are the classics, the singlet and the t-shirt, and they are going to be available to purchase on Friday, the 15th of November at 9 a.m. UK time. The website is going to be open for a full week, and you've got until 9 p.m. UK time on Friday, the 22nd of November to get your orders in. That way, if you're buying for someone special, maybe for Christmas or over the holiday season, it should arrive with you in time. We do all of the sorting for orders and packing ourselves at home, so it's always awesome to see the orders come in. If you want to support the channel and you want to rep the PB Run Club Love the Grind merch, mark your diaries for Friday the 15th. And if you want to be a real eager beaver, you could sign up to Patreon, where you get access a whole day early and you get merch discounts. It's up to you, but it's a pretty good deal. So mark your diaries for Friday the 15th of November. 9 a.m. UK time is when it's going to be launched on our website, which is www.philybowden.com. Back to that workout.
That car journey send you to sleep a little bit, 'cause it did me.
I'm just feeling very sleepy in general.
Alright, well let's just take it easy today then.
Well, no, it's not easy. It's a threshold session. If it was easy, then it wouldn't be a session.
Like, my body feels really good. The pace feels really natural. I feel like I'm just like not even trying.
Unrealistic expectations, Daniel. This is a realistic day. Don't be giving me any unrealism. And talking of reality, the reality is, I think, for pro runners and amateur runners alike, beginners, plenty of you watching this video, wherever you're at in your running journey, you're not always that excited to do it. And my period is due today. It may or may not arrive, who knows? The suspense is killing me. I can tell it's imminent, because I don't feel great in myself. Last few days have felt pretty good running wise, but mentally at this time in my cycle, I just feel a bit down, a bit grumpy, a bit demotivated, and that doesn't necessarily lend itself to kicking ass and crushing life, including training, but that's okay. We're being kind to ourselves, carrying on as best we can. It's gonna be a good day. I've decided.
What you gotta do?
You gotta love the grind, baby.
What are those?
Those are my Birks.
So what's all this rolling around that you have to do?
This is pre-warm-up, because I am old. I'm not old, I'm just taking care of my body. There are a few things that need warming up and waking up, activating before I go for a jog. If when you take those first few steps, the first few minutes of your run or the first few minutes of your warm-up for a session, it doesn't feel great, probably would benefit from a bit of activating. This is some flossing, some neural flossing for one of my nerves. I don't know which one it is. I'm not a physio, but I got told to do this. I got told it's good for me. I sort of ramp up from like rolling out my plantar so that just some blood flow goes there and it's not like completely cold and fresh going into the running. Do a bit of flossing, a bit of resistance work, and then finish off with a few squats, a few lunges, some compound movements so that, yeah, the muscles are a bit awake before jogging. It helps. Would highly recommend it.
What shoes are you wearing today?
I am wearing the Cloud Surfer. I've only worn them for a few runs, but quite like them. Been recommended that they're pretty soft and they've got a higher heel to toe drop than the Eclipses, which is what I've been mostly wearing. So it could be good for the Achilles. I think the main thing that's going to be good for the Achilles is the strength work, which I'm going to be doing later, which is, you know, very specific to me. I get a lot of messages from people that ask whether I've had said injury that they're dealing with, whether it's an Achilles thing, a knee thing, asking for advice. I can't give that because I'm not a physio, and the only way that you can get that advice is by a physio taking a look at your body and how it moves and figuring out the cause of your symptoms and, you know, how they're all presenting, because one person suffering with a painful Achilles could have a completely different injury or niggle. In this case, I'm still able to run, than someone else. So my rehab for my Achilles, you know, isn't like replicatable unless you've seen a physio. Like, I'm doing different exercises for it than I was doing earlier on in the summer because the symptoms have slightly changed. So that is my call out for going to see a physio if you have an injury, rather than messaging a content creator and a pro athlete.
Oh, okay.
Time to pee and then I'll jog for a bit. It's too warm.
Too warm.
Yeah.
I'm freezing.
I don't need all these layers on. That was boring. 3 miles of going the wrong way around the track in lane 8.
You get to do something a little bit more exciting now.
Yeah, a little bit of faster stuff.
Going round the track the right way, just a little bit faster. What is the session?
The session is threshold Ks, so it's quite a big range today. I think because I'm still getting back into sessions post-marathon recovery, so I've got 8 to 12 by a K at threshold, which is a little bit more unknown than usual, I think, because we don't quite know where the fitness is at. It's going to be a lot about gauging the effort. John said let's aim to start around sort of 5:40, 5:45 minutes per mile, which I'll work out in Ks because actually it will be helpful to know what I need to be running per K. I think it'll probably be like 3:33. Should we work it out?
We'll work it out.
2 seconds later.
Quick math, we did that completely in our heads.
Yeah, I wasn't far off. 5:45 is 3:34 minutes per kilometre. So that's the kind of slowest. The first one might be 5:45. Aim is to then sort of lock in at around 5:40s-ish, plus or minus a bit, which is 3:31 minutes per kilometre. And then I have a speed limit today. John said we don't really want to be going any faster than 5:30. Minute miling, which is 3:25 Ks. And I think it's quite unlikely that that would be my natural threshold at this point anyway, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. So yeah, 8 to 12 reps, and where I stop within that 8 to 12 reps effectively depends on how I feel. The aim is to finish with 2 reps in reserve. So if I get to 8 and feel like I could only do 2 more, then I stop at 8. And if I get to 12 and actually feel like it would be realistic to do 14, I'm obviously not going to do 14, but yeah, the aim is to finish with a little bit of running still in the tank, because we're not maxing out today. We're just getting some threshold working. Simple pimple.
Let's go. Come on. You got this. Nice one. Just lock in. Focus now. Lock in. Lovely stuff. Number 4. Let's get it. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel okay. Could be halfway done.
Nice.
Could be a third done. Who knows? I'm not like deciding until
Yeah, it's a good
I
chat.
feel like I get there, but
Yeah.
they've been really consistent.
Cool. Let's go. Come on, number 5. Let's get it.
I feel like I'm hardly breathing. Like, I feel really good in that sense, but my head is just like not in it. Like, I feel really foggy and mean. I feel like I'm being mean to myself and really negative. But like, I can take a step back from that and be like, this is going really well and I feel really good. Why do I not feel good about it?
Yeah.
Bloody hormones. Still figuring it out.
Smashing it. What is the decision?
I'm definitely doing 2 more at least.
Nice.
I feel pretty good about doing 12 though, to be honest.
Cool. Two more?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it. One more, and we're out of here. Let's get it. Last one.
Done. Almost 8 miles, 7.96. And that's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Like my body feels really good. The pace feels really natural. I feel like I'm just like not even trying. But my head is just like, ugh. Like I'm motivated and I find that encouraging. But like for some reason, like the feeling, like the endorphins isn't there.
Yeah.
And I think like, yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of learning about the menstrual cycle, and I'm still figuring that out and how it like interacts with me and training and stuff. And it's just like, sometimes you just wish like it wasn't something you had to kind of even think about, but that would be even more detrimental, because like ignoring it or blaming myself is only gonna make things worse. I'm gonna, you know, try and figure out how best to help myself, or just how to be accepting of like feeling a type of way. But yeah.
Ready for?
My passport photo. I don't like it.
Show him, come on.
No. Give me my hat. Thought I was gonna get a brain freeze, didn't. It's amazing how much better a warm shower and a good meal makes you feel. I've also got a fresh out of the packet pair of really nice warm socks on, which feels pretty good as well. I've got my comfies on, back in my trackies, and Daniel's fleece. Something about wearing someone else's fleece that is more satisfying than wearing one's own fleece. It's 2:30, so I'm already mentally preparing myself to get back out the door in about 2 or 3 hours time to go and run again, which is going to be fun. In the meantime, it's about laying low, conserving physical energy, rehydrating. I've refueled. I'll have a snack before we head to the gym, and I've got some work to do. So this is pretty realistic. Sometimes I don't get that much done in between my 2 sessions, 2 runs on a double day, but I'm determined to be productive and to rescue this day. Not that it needs rescuing. We've done really well, actually. We're just feeling a little bit stressed, which is okay. When we walked in the house, when we got back from the session, we were both like, why is our house such a mess? Why are we such a mess? Which we shouldn't do. You should never like project that onto yourself. It just, life happens. I think the ebbs and flows, you know, are part of it. So if your house isn't tidy either, good. You're normal as well. I am here to enable, because it's better than beating yourself up for it. That was a good smoothie. It's time to go run again, yay!
What are you doing at the gym?
Running, rehab, lifting.
Let's go.
Wild Friday nights. As with my morning session, I'm doing my activations and my warm-up routine for my double run, just as I did earlier on. And making sure that I roll my feet out, do some glute activations, some banded work, and a few light compound movements is something I've put in place before any run that I do, whether it's fast or slow, and it's really been helping my body feel ready to run. The double runs that I do in the evening of a workout day are typically 4 to 5 miles, and they're super chilled and easy. Most of the time, I start the treadmill off at around 8 minutes per mile or 5 minutes per kilometer, and I might get 10 to 20 seconds faster per mile out by the time I finish, but these are just about getting some true easy volume in, keeping the heart rate low, gently flushing out the legs from this morning, and adding in a little extra volume to the total for the week. And as I build into this next phase of training, I'm going to be hitting around 90 miles this week and looking to kick on to around 100 next week. So a few of these easy 4 to 5 mile double runs just help to keep that volume afloat. A quick shoe change from my easy runners into my lifting shoes. It's good to do your lifting in a pretty firm and flat pair of shoes, which most running shoes are not. And my gym program at the moment is still pretty stripped back. We're keeping it the same as the marathon block lift that I did, which consists of half squats to box, modified single hip thrusts with a plate, kneeling side planks into high knees with a plate, and some banded side plank pulls. And I do this full set that you can see on screen now twice a week at the moment, and in a couple of weeks time, once my body is used to the running volume being up high again, we're going to progress the gym program, doing one of those at a time rather than both, so that my body isn't too stressed out by changing too many things at once. Alongside this gym program, I've also got my Achilles rehab, which again, I must stress is super specific to me. This is all being really closely managed by my physio. I've got some mid-portion inflammation in my left Achilles, and we're hitting it with 2 sets of both straight leg and bent leg slow calf raises with some weight added on, as you can see here on the Smith machine, to strengthen and rehab that area. Now, I'm doing it on both my left side where the inflammation is, but also on my right side because we want to keep that strength as close to even as we can. And this rehab is pretty intensive work for my calves, which is why I'm doing it in the evening after my workouts, so that it's as far away as possible from the next workout and those calves aren't going to be hanging on to any of that tightness and fatigue, but it's also not straight after the morning workout when I would be too fatigued to even do the exercises. It's pretty painful, it's not fun, but the motivation that gets me through doing this is being pain-free and getting rid of that Achilles niggle before I enter into this more serious next phase of training. Prevention is better than any cure. Please do your strength work.
Let's go home to hotel.
What's the final things to do in our day?
I need to shower, we need to have dinner, I need to clear a space in my office because we have a man coming to install a new boiler tomorrow in the morning. Or what else was there? Was I going to post on Instagram? Yeah, I was going to do that, wasn't I? Cool, yeah, and then we'll go to bed. At least I only have one run tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the hard days hard philosophy, is that like, then you get a bit of respite. And like there's a physiological, obviously, kind of thought process add to that as well. Like get your workout in, get your lift in, and then like the inflammation is like localized in your week rather than doing like breaking a session up or breaking a gym session up so that you have some intensity every day. Like that's it's not a smart way to do it. I feel like we've won though. We've won the day.
Yeah.
We've got there. It's just been strong tides today.
Strong tides.
We've been swimming against them, but we're strong swimmers.
Finally, she's being fed.
Work doesn't stop.
What are you doing?
Editing a TikTok.
Nice.
I filmed it earlier. I'm hopeful I'm gonna get half an hour sit on the sofa before we go to bed.
Nice. Needed.
Yeah.
I thought you've been crying.
I was crying with laughter. We were bad. We watched a couple TikToks and now it's past our bedtime by a few minutes. We need to go to bed now.
You haven't told the people what you're doing next.
I just said what I'm doing next. I'm going to bed. Hold on. I've told the people I'm doing Telford 10K.
We?
That's in like 5 weeks.
We?
Ah, yes. After that. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can let you into another chapter, if you like, of my plans. I am going back to Houston for redemption. Over half the distance this time. I ain't going back to run the Houston Marathon, but I am gonna run the Houston Half on the 19th of January, which should be fun, provided the weather is better this time around. I'm not messing with rain freezing on cars. That was not what I signed up for when I said I would do a race in Texas. Fingers crossed. And I've decided what my next marathon's gonna be. It's gonna be Love the Grind.